Okay, so video number 3 about the stuff that I cook and shit and all that, right? So tiramisu. Basically, what you need is a box of cake mix, white cake mix. I got Duncan Hines, and if you look in the back, it tells you need 3 eggs, a cup of water, and 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. However, you need to ignore all that and instead do half of the amount of water that it tells you, in this case half a cup, add the 3 eggs and no oil. So you put that in a mixer, add the flour to it, mix it up, and just let it go for like 2 or 3 minutes until most of the lumps are out. But don't overmix it, you just gotta do it for like 2 or 3 minutes most. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes or whatever, and this is as whipped as I need it. And if you made cake mixes before, you'll notice right away that this one is a lot thicker than a cake mix normally is, and that's because of the lack of oil. It's not as moist as it should be, so it's not as runny and liquidy or whatever, right? So what I'm going to do right now is take this stupid fucker off, wash it later, get some of the batter into a pastry bag. These things are, kind of cheap, but if you don't have one, you could always use one of the little Ziploc bags. Just fill it up halfway, zip it up, and cut off a little hole in the corner. Put it in, squeeze out the excess air. Make sure your oven is preheated to 350. Grab the bag. Make little tube things, like 2-3 inches long, about an inch separated. These are going to be the lady fingers that go inside the cake, so whatever. Just start at the top, squeeze, pull down, and flip over. You only need 12, but I like munching on them, so I make extras. I'm just going to toss these in the oven for something like 10-15 minutes. Well, last time I did it, I tossed them in for half an hour because I wanted them to be more cookie-like than cake-like. Okay, so the little ladyfinger shits are out of the oven, and I couldn't find my 6-inch cake pan, but I got one of the little pots. Removed the plastic shit that's holding it together. I put some wax paper on here because I don't have any cooking spray, but if you have the cooking spray, spray the bottom and the sides around the bottom really well. Then just spray the sides on top just a little bit. So what you do is take your leftover cake mixture. Fuck, this shit's heavy. Or dense. See? Right? Grab it. Make sure the oven is at 325, not 350. Put it in the middle or whatever. Leave it for fucking like 30 minutes. Check on it in 30 minutes. If it still needs more time, check on it in 45 minutes. Should be done by then. Anyway, whatever. Forget about that for now. What you do is get 8 ounces of cream cheese, room temperature. Put it in a bowl. Add 2 tablespoons of regular white sugar to it, right? Fucking add some vanilla extract. Anywhere from half a tablespoon to a whole tablespoon. And just mix it or cream it together. Sugar and salt. So what you're going to want to do is set this off to the side. Get your mixer again. And you don't have to do this if you have the Cool Whip. If you have the Cool Whip, just get 2 cups of the Cool Whip and fold it in to the cream cheese mixture slowly. But if you don't have the Cool Whip, get some pastry pride. It's a pastry cream, liquid form, in a box. They sell it frozen. What you want to do is add some to the mixer, or mix it with the hand mixer if you have it. but this method's faster. So put some in. Whatever you put in is going to expand to like 4 times the volume, and you're going to need like 2 cups of it. So just start off slow, and when it starts, turning the cream, fucking keep whisking it higher speed until it's formed, just soft peaks. Okay, so as some of you might notice, this is actually not 2 cups. This is more like a cup or so. So whatever, I'm just gonna add this to the cream cheese mixture and whip up some more separately. So fucking, if you've got the pastry fry, double or triple what I put initially. That's probably better. Okay, so I got all my cream whipped up, and my brother David was helping me, so thank you, David. One of the few times you've been useful in your life. Just kidding. Okay, so what you want to do is, this cream is actually very soft, and you don't want to whip it too much because it's going to start breaking. So what you do instead is just fold the cream cheese into it slowly. Just go from the sides to the middle. And just do that until the cream cheese is completely incorporated into the cream. When you've got it all incorporated or whatever, what you're going to want to do is put it in the refrigerator, because this needs to be as cold as you can possibly get it when you make the cake. Right, so yeah, fucking whatever, just cover that up, put it in the fridge, get it out later when you are ready to make the cake. Okay, so first of all, this is not the cake that we made. This is a different cake that I made the other day that I had in the fridge, or not in the fridge, in the oven, I mean, sorry. And I was just going to show you real quick how you cut into a cake or whatever. This one's already half, but it doesn't matter. What you want to do is grab a serrated knife, grab your cake, press the serrated knife slowly up against the side, rotate the cake, and keep barely pressing the knife up against the cake. When you've gone completely around, just run your knife through it, and that's how you cut a cake or whatever, right? Alright, cool beans. I'm going to show you something else with this cake later that I was telling you guys about before. David, cool beans is an expression I use a lot. Alright, so I have my cream from earlier. I have a little thing for the cake, or shit, what's it called? I don't know. I'm not thinking good right now. My brain's still fried from being sick. But whatever, you get the cream, you get a little cardboard thing to put the cake on. Put just a little bit of cream for the cake to stick to. And, I cut the cake into 4 slices over here. The bottom of the cake, when it was baking, is going to be the top. So, any of the other slices, doesn't matter which, you just put it down. Get a cup of coffee with some milk, and some milk. And just spoon some of this onto the cake. The milk and the coffee. Just all over. And like I said before, this mix without the oil is going to be very dry, so it's going to absorb a lot of this liquid. If you had gone ahead and used the actual instructions, it would have made the cake very moist, and it would not hold nearly as much liquid as this, and it would be lacking flavor. So whatever. So you do that, right? Grab some cream, put it in the center. Spread. Grab some more if you need it. Just a little bit. You don't want to put a lot right now. You do that. You get the lady fingers that you made. Soak it in the coffee that has milk mixed into it. Put it on the cake. When I made this cake last time, I used 4 of these lady fingers per layer. This cake's larger, but I ate all the extra, so I'm only going to do 4 of them. Alright, so there's that, and as you'll notice, there's going to be some considerably large gaps. So what you're going to do is get your cream, put it on, spread. You don't have to completely cover the ladyfingers here, but it's preferable. And yes, the ladyfingers are going to crack if you make them like cake instead of like cookies, like I did last time because I baked them for half an hour. So, right, one layer, next layer, same deal. You're just going to keep doing this until you get to the final layer, and when you get to the final layer, before you cover it with cream, you do have to put some of this milk and coffee on it. Okay, so real quick, one of the things we're going to need for the cake when it's done is to make a chocolate ganache. So this is something I was taught in class. What you want to do is take some cream if you have it. If you don't, you can use the pastry prite when it's liquid form, or even fucking like milk with a little bit of butter. What you want to do is just heat it up in the microwave for, I don't know, 30 seconds to 45 seconds approximately, right? And if you have chocolate chips like these, they sell them at stores, and you can just use these, just toss them into the cream when it's, you know, hot or whatever. And if you don't, just get your favorite chocolate bar, pure solid chocolate bar, cut them into tiny little pieces and just fucking be melting it. So, right, whatever. I got my pastry fried. I got some chocolates. Toss them in. And fucking melt them, right? Fuck, this is hard to do with one hand. Okay, whatever, you get the point. The point is that when you add the chocolates to the cream is going to, you know, cool down somewhat. When this happens, just take your fork out, toss it back in the microwave. You want to be doing this every, I don't know, 15, 30 seconds. You just fucking pop the freaking microwave open and check your little chocolates there until it's completely melted. Okay, well this is almost completely melted, but it's not gonna be, it's gonna be too liquidy. It's not gonna be enough chocolate in there, so just add some more and keep doing this. You know, just stir it. Fucking melt already, come on, it was a hot day today. This shouldn't be taking so long. Okay, so when your chocolate ganache is done, what you're going to want to do is get a new pastry bag if you have it. If not, again, just get one of the little Ziploc bags. And regardless, you want to cut a little tiny hole on the bottom. And you're just going to make some lines. If you've got a straight hand, it's better, but if you don't, whatever. Trust me, I don't have straight hands. Shit. So, just grab it. And try to make some straight lines just right across it. Which is what your cake should basically look like right now, right? So at this point in time, you're going to want to grab a little toothpick, or if you don't have a toothpick, a skewer, or just anything that you can just make little lines across. But whatever. So just get your toothpick or whatever, run it across on the edge, then down the middle, and on the other edge. Right? You get it? And just run across it the opposite way. at this point in time, if you have any chocolate powder or cocoa powder, you could sprinkle some on. If you don't know where your cocoa powder is, just get some instant hot chocolate powder or whatever, and just sprinkle it over the top. Anyway, along the edges I didn't really put too much of the cream, right? But that's mostly because I kind of like the layer showing like it is right now. If you want to add more cream to it, go ahead. Just know ahead of time that you're going to need to make more cream than what I told you were going to need to make. Alright, so that's it for the tiramisu cake. Now I'm just going to set up the other shit I was going to show you, right? So, be back in a bit. Okay, so I got this little chocolate cake that I had before, right? Not really a real cake, but whatever. The point is that if you overbaked it, or if you've had it, lying in the oven for 2-3 days, and you cut into it, you're gonna notice that it's really dry. So what you want to do to, make it moist again is get some water, a little bit of sugar. You want to dissolve the sugar in the water. So preferably you're gonna want to use a little bit of warm water, as opposed to cold, which I did because I forgot about that, and I'm an idiot apparently. So you do that, and you add a little bit of oil to it, and again, you mix it. This might seem weird, but then again, cakes are, especially the box cakes, all you add to it are oil and water, So that's what you're adding back into it when it dries out, and with a little bit of sugar, because cakes are sweet. So you're going to have like a little sweet vinaigrette, except without the vinegar, obviously. You're just going to grab it and spoon it over your cake. This is going to make it moist. And if you don't want to spoon it over, because you've got more stuff to do, just with the cup, grab it, spread it all over the cake. Right, so there's one option. Another option is to get some regular milk, and some evaporated milk. When you do that, you mix those two together, and you add just a little bit condensed milk to it. I can't seem to find the evaporated milk, so we're just going to pretend it's in there. And you're not going to question me about it because I said it's in there. Because we're pretending. So you mix the condensed milk, the evaporated milk, and the regular milk together, and this makes tres leches, which in Spanish means 3 milks. Not very clever. We're like pirates in that regard. So, you make the little mix, and again, you just put it all over the cake. If you go to any parties or anything with us Mexican people, and I guess other Latin people too, you'll find that we tend to make our cakes mostly tres leches exclusively, because we don't like dry cake. You'll also note that we don't like buttercream, because it's too sweet for our palates. So we'll use pastry cream. Anyway, whatever. The point is that you have two options to, moisten up your dry cake. Just let that absorb the milk for a while. Alright, so I just remembered that I keep forgetting to remind myself to tell you guys that a good way to prevent cakes from drying out like this is when they're done and you pull them out of the oven, immediately, as soon as you can, at most 10 minutes, wrap it up in the plastic wrap and let it cool down in the fridge. That's going to make it, stay moist. It's not going to dry out that way because all the moisture is going to get locked. But whatever. Another thing that I keep forgetting to tell you is the pastry pride that I used. You can mix that up like I did earlier. Instead of folding it into some cream cheese like I did, you can get little bags of filling. They sell these at cake stores and stuff. And again, you just grab some, put it in a little bowl, and fold in the cream into it and mix it into almost like a mousse. It's pretty good. I like the strawberry personally. Speaking of strawberries, I diced up some strawberries on my downtime that I just had earlier. And while I got the condensed milk out, I'm going to just spoon some on the strawberries and mix it. This might seem weird, but this is actually really good. It's one of my favorite things to eat growing up. You know, like a little sweet snack or whatever. So, whatever, just let that go for a little bit. It's macerating, I think is the correct term. Which is like marinating, but when you put berries with sugar and just let them, you know, get all sweet and delicious or whatever. Especially strawberries, because strawberries tend to be tart. I love these stupid little fuckers. Alright. So, cool. We got that, right? So, you guys remember my chocolate ganache? I put the leftover ganache in the freaking, what's it called? The freezer. And I've been checking up on it every 2-3 minutes, stirring it. And it's still a little bit runny, but whatever, I'm going to use it. What you want to do is grab some. It's so much easier with 2 hands. Okay, so just grab some. Pour a little bit onto this cake over here. Grab your little spatula. Spread the chocolate around. Oh, cool, David. Can you help me a little bit? Alright. There. Thank God, this is so much easier with 2 hands. Thank you, David. Whoa. Please don't smack me with my phone, David.
I'm sorry.
So, whatever. Just a little of this chocolate ganache. Take my strawberries in the condensed milk. Spread them. Mix that all up good. Get your tres leches cake. Put that on top. If you can put this in the fridge for a little bit, in the freezer, that's fine. It's gonna, you know, make the chocolate get firmer faster. But I'm not gonna do that because fuck it, I don't have time. I got other stuff to do. But if the chocolate ganache was, you know, colder, it's gonna turn into more of a frosting than a pourable liquid. And you're gonna be able to just pick it up like the cream earlier and just spread it on everything. Like frosting.
Ew.
Right now I'm just going to put a little base coat on top of it. Okay, so it's been like 10-15 minutes or so, and my chocolate ganache still isn't quite as, you know, solid as I would like it for frosting, but like I said before, I don't really give a crap. So when it's, you know, cold, you can't actually use it like a regular cake frosting like you would buy at the store or whatever. But I don't really want to take the time to wait for it. Also, I probably should have added more chocolate to this in the first place, but at the time I was struggling with only 1 hand, so whatever. Just grab it and cover your cake like you would if it was regular frosting. Only in this case it's chocolate ganache, you know? If you like chocolate, then go ahead and make it. I'm not really fond of chocolate, but this is what I had on hand. So there you go. You got your little chocolate ganache cake, or chocolate ganache cake. It's got the strawberries macerated in the condensed milk in there, and then you got your tiramisu cake over here. So cool beans.